and colleagues in service. Good morning to all of you. It's a great pleasure for me to welcome all of you for this webinar on open educational resources. It's a very great opportunity for all of us to know about the OER. Commonwealth of Learning says that this open educational learning is the leading at present because we have to use the materials freely and openly for using of our teaching, learning, and researches. In that way, this webinar will be the great opportunity for us, for all, to learn many things from this. At the outset, I would like to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor of Tamil Nadu Open University, Professor K. Parthasarathy, who is the source of inspiration for all of us, and he is the visionary for developing the University of Tamil Nadu Open University, who provided the opportunities for us to conduct this webinar. I would like to welcome our respected Registrar, Professor K. Ratnakumar, who is newly joined as the Registrar of Tamil Nadu Open University at present. Previously, he worked in Fisheries University. He served more than 2 decades, and he is a great academician. He is a great researcher also, and we are very much grateful to him, and we are welcoming him for this webinar also. I would like to welcome S. Muralidharan, Secretary of Annamal College of Education for Women, Thuthukudi, who is supporting us for conducting this webinar wonderfully. I also welcome a great principal, Dr. A. Joycelyn Sharmila, Annamal College of Education for Women, Thuthukudi. She is the convener for this program. And I also welcome Dr. Ramakrishnan. He is one of the organizing secretaries, and he is the resource person for today and tomorrow sessions. And he is a great academician, and he published several papers. He is an expert in several fields of several specializations in education also. And he is a great resource person for providing the many webinars. Previously, he has given one, and now he is giving in this. Previously, he gave the yogasana and pranayama, which was excellent and appreciated by several people. And I welcome him for this webinar. I also welcome another organizing secretary, Dr. A.P. Charulata, who is coordinating all these aspects and supporting for us for conducting this webinar. And she is the backbone of this webinar for conduction. And I also welcome the members of organizing committee, Mrs. R. Thangat Selvam, Mrs. A. Vinodini Shrivia, Mrs. S. Yemima, assistant professors of Annamal College of Education for Women, Thuthukudi, for this webinar. I also welcome all the faculty members of Tamil Nadu Open University, especially for School of Education. And I also welcome all the participants who are joining with us in this webinar. This webinar will be very useful to you, and listen to this completely and give your feedback. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the opportunities given to me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for welcoming the gathering. Now I request our Honorable Registrar, Dr. K. Ratnakumar, who has recently joined. He is a very great academician. I request him to inaugurate the session.
Thank you very much, and welcoming you all for this two-day webinar. And I am very grateful to our Director, School of Education, for making this a wonderful event for the educationalists of this country. And I welcome you all for this 2 days national level faculty development program on open educational resources, which is combinedly organized by the School of Education of this great university, Tamil Nadu Open University, in collaboration with Annamal College of Education for Women, Thuthukudi. And this program is going to be for 2 days, that is today and tomorrow. And we all know that open educational resources are teaching, learning and research material in any medium, especially digital or otherwise, that reside in the public domain or have been released under an open license that permits no cost access, use, adaptation, and redistribution by others with no or other limited restrictions. And normally we know that 5 R activities or permissions are proposed, that is retain, reuse, revise, remix, and redistribute. So when we talk about the open educational practices, normally we adapt 2 terminologies normally. That is, one is open pedagogy and open educational practices. Open pedagogy make use of this abundant open content, but also places an emphasis on the network and the learners' connections with this. Open educational practices are defined as, for example, a set of activities around the instructional design and the implementation of events and the process intended to support learning. And normally we use the word open educational resources enabled pedagogy, which is a set of teaching and learning practices that are only possible or practical in the context of 5 R permissions, which are characterized of OER. When we talk, one of the most frequently cited benefits of the open educational resources is their potential to reduce the cost. While OER seems well placed to bring down the total expenditure, they are not cost free. Now, OER can be assembled or simply reused or repurposed from the existing open resources. The main advantage, if you look into that, we know that it is expanded access to learning, ability to modify the course material, enhancement of course material, rapid dissemination of the information, and cost saving for students. Of course, we have some little disadvantages like quality, reliability concerns, or limitations of the copyright property protections or technology issues. In spite of that, if you look into our Indian scenario, our NCRT, National Council of Educational Research and Training, they have digitized all its textbook from 1st standard to 12th standard. The textbooks are available online for free of cost. Even CIET, that is Central Institute of Educational Technology, a constituent unit of the NCRT, they have digitized more than thousands audio and video programs. All educational AV material developed by the CIET is presently available at Shakshant portal, an initiative of MHRD. In addition, National Repository for Open Educational Resources houses a variety of e-content. At this background, the 2-day national webinar will pave a way for the functioning of various possibilities for utilizing open educational resources in various ways and domains. This initiative is appreciable. I wish all the webinar all very success, and thank you.
On behalf, I welcome all of you. Before that, I would like to give some instructions. First of all, in the today webinar, I request all of you to participate sincerely because it is a starting point. Actually, what is my plan? I am planning to conduct another webinar of 5 days. It is in the workshop model, and those who are sincere and those who are submitting all the assignments and all, they will be chosen. And out of them, around some 20 to 30 people that I select by the assignments quality and all. And I will arrange for another webinar. It's not a webinar, it is a Google Classroom like this. So in that classroom, we shall design a full course and we will host it, or we shall publish in any open educational resources that are like OER Commons and all. So that is one point. And the second point, I request all of you to submit all the assignments. Today I will give 2 assignments, and that assignments will be given through the WhatsApp group, and you can send your answers or response either through the WhatsApp group or through the email also. And so tomorrow when we are coming, I will choose the best assignment, the best quality assignment. That will be discussed for a short time, 1 or 2 assignments that we shall discuss, and as an appreciation for the participant. And that is the 2. And after the program is over, you please fill the feedback form, and after that automatically the certificate will be given to you. And during the time, I request all of you to raise any question, either by the through the chat room or through the co-host or host also. So you can raise your hand, and on seeing that I can understand, and I'll try to answer. And today we are going little bit theoretically, tomorrow practically. So I request all of you by the time to select a small topic of your choice, any topic, to produce a OER for some 5 to 15 minutes. So you please choose any topic of your choice, and that will easify your work so that we can start it. So, okay, now that I'll start the thing, and I can say that in the past 1 week, around some 5 to 10, to my knowledge, I have seen around some 5 to 10 webinars in the same topic, open educational resources. Some are 2 days, some are 1 day, and some are 5 days also. So the 5-day workshop also. So most of you could have been well versed in all the open educational resources. And anyhow, let us try to do the needful, and let us make it as a collaborative work. It is not like that I am talking and all of you are simply passive listeners, and you can also participate in that. I think all of you are having your net connections and all, and so please stay until the webinar is over, and so that it will be useful to you. So with that, I introduce myself. I am Ramakrishnan, Assistant Professor, Tamil Nadu Open University, Chennai. And Annamal College is not a new place for me. I have already conducted some 3 workshops there some few years back. And so I thank them. And again, once again, that they are asking me to be a resource person for this. And that I welcome all of you again. So now we can go into the session. See the brochure, Tamil Nadu Open University and Annamal College, and the 4th and 5th. So today it has already started 11:30 to 1. Sharply that 1 o'clock that we have to close down, and therefore there is a time crunch. And the patrons and the co-patrons and the members of the committee, and it is a program schedule, and these are as usual. And now the content that we are going to see, the open educational resources and e-content creation. So first we are discussing about what are open educational resources, and then how to create e-content by using them. So that is the major task of today and tomorrow. Today mostly that I'll take theory, and tomorrow that we'll go into the practical side. And first of all, let us see what is the meaning of open educational resources. Open, that means it is an open source. Anybody can use it. That means you need not get permission from anybody. It's open, like our Tamil Nadu Open University. And educational, so it is not any other content. It is the educational content and the resources. So the OER means, actually this OER, the movement has started in 2002 or 3. And from there onwards, it has gained tremendous momentum. And nowadays, most of the things are open educational resources only. The Gmail, the Facebook, Twitter, all these are open only. Anybody can join, anybody can place their memes or tweets or their mails and all. So in that way, that is open only. Or not. And therefore, once the open source movement has started, most of the net, the website and everything, nowadays they are open. In one way we can say, they are open educational resources. And as our registrar has told, there are 5 R's, like 3R, read, write, and arithmetic. These are 5 R's. So what are the 5 R that you have to, because why I am discussing deeply about this one, because when we are collecting or when we are using the open educational resources, we have to see what is the license that they are providing. Otherwise, what will happen? The license, the violations will start, and naturally that you will be in trouble. So they will be prosecuting you, and therefore the permissions that we have to look into. First is retain. That means once you are downloading it, it is yours. So you can retain it. For retaining, we don't need anything. Simply that you can retain, nobody will question you. Then comes reuse. That means it is not one time. You can use it for many times. That again and again that you are using. For example, you take the book, your course material, that you can retain and that you can reuse. But the question is, the third one, revise. You cannot revise your textbook. So as far as these are concerned, you can revise also and remix also. That means remix means you are collaborating or you are connecting 2 OERs together and you are forming a new OER. That is the meaning of remix. So in the COVID pandemic, most of you could have sitting at your homes, you could have seen a number of memes. That is including Vadivelu, Sendil, Countamani and all. So what are they? They took the content from Vadivelu's voice and Vadivelu's film cuttings and all. And the material that they have added, and particularly the Tirupur police, that they have prepared a meme that is very popular. Some 4 or 5 boys, they are playing the carom board and all. So when the drone comes, so how they behave, and that they are called remixing. So you can remix anything, you need not get permission from anybody. But as far as the films are concerned, you cannot remix. So you have to get permission, but nobody is getting permission. But anyhow, you should be careful about it. And therefore, when these licenses are giving the permission to remix, you can go for remix. And the last one, redistribute. That means you retain, reuse, revise, remix, and you are redistributing. The best example for the material which is having all the 5 properties, that is our popular Wikipedia. Wikipedia, anything that you can do and nobody will question you. That is even in your thesis and all also that we are using this one. And therefore, they are free. At the same time, these 5 permissions that they are giving also. So these are the properties of the open educational resources. And generally, they are given by this symbol CC, Creative Commons. So when you are looking at the symbol, that round symbol, in between or inside the CC, when you are looking at, you can be sure that it is a free source. So where you can find this at the bottom, particularly that Wikipedia or YouTube channels that you can see that in their particulars, they are giving that CC. So there are different kinds of CC that you have to be careful about it. So the Creative Commons. And now you please see already that we are sharing, as I have told you, all this that we are sharing already, you please go through them. The popular media, the blogs, wiki, and video conferencing, and social networking, all these are already sharing. So that means all these are coming in one way, they are coming under the open educational resources. But now, why not share more logically? What is the question here? Even though that we are sharing, we have to share logically. That means within a particular domain. Now let us see the licenses one by one. The first license. So these are all the 6 licenses: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first license CC and BY. That means you can use it freely. When you are looking under this, that means that BY and one man is standing. So what is the meaning of this? You can use it and you can do in any way. The only thing is that what is the meaning of this one? You have to give credit to them. That means the acknowledgement that you have to do. For CC, you need not acknowledge anything. For example, the Wikipedia, nobody is acknowledging the Wikipedia. But when you are looking at this symbol, that means that you can use it, you can use in any way, but you have to give acknowledgement to him. So that is the first kind of license. It is the very flexible license. And the second license, this license, it is letting others to remix, tweak, and build upon your work, even for commercial purpose. But actually, the same SA means share alike. That means whatever way that they have given to you, the same way that you have to give it others. So what is the meaning of that share alike? Because you have got freely. And there that you should not ask, you should not put some more conditions like this. So the NC or ND means no derivative. Because they have given you as a free, that means you have to share it also as a free. That means as I am getting, in the same way that I have to give to others free. That is the meaning of this. So the commercial or any way that you can use it. So once it is told that you can use it, that means that you use it as you like. And that is a second license. And so when you are looking at one open education resource, you have to see what license or what permissions that they have given. Otherwise, you cannot use it for educational purpose. We will be in trouble. The third one, this BY and NC. NC here, a dollar symbol is there. NC means non-commercial. That means you can use or any way, but you should not sell it for others. Non-commercial. And here even you can sell, but here you cannot sell it for others, and that is the meaning of non-commercial. And in between there is another license. What it is saying, ND, that is that is derivative. That means no derivative. The derivative that you should be careful about it. And the next one, this license. So you can see the license is gradually increasing in their freedom. That means it is totally free and it is somewhat restriction. So here you can use it. You should not use for commercial purpose, and you have to share alike. That means whatever the conditions are given, that you have to oblige. The other conditions you need not bother about it. So here it is not given non-commercial. Sir, here non-commercial is given. But ND is not given. That means the derivative that you can produce. Here all the conditions are put and you have to acknowledge them. And here non-commercial, and here it is no derivative. That means you cannot change them in any way, or you cannot use them commercially. So we have seen around some 6 types of licenses, and gradually that their licensing, the freedom is reduced, and therefore the first thing that you have to do is what kind of license they are giving, because it is very important for choosing the open educational resources. And in this diagram that it is giving, the totally it is more open and the least open, and therefore that is diagrammatically given in this. And so we have discussed about some 6 kinds of licenses. Again and again, that why I am stressing all this, when we are going for content creation, this license that we have to put, that's why the open educational resources, as far as Tamil Nadu Open University is concerned, recently that we have conducted some 2 or 3 seminars related to open educational resources. And in that, for 3 days that we have discussed about all these things and all, because when we are creating the content, because we are an educational institution, and so when we are creating the content, we should be very careful. Otherwise, we have to face the legal consequences. And therefore, as teachers, you also should be careful about it. And any questions, madam? Any questions? So, okay, I'll proceed. Now let us see what are the different examples of open educational resources. So these are the example. It may be full university course. For example, the MIT course, the lecture videos. So now I am lecturing. That video today evening that I will put into the YouTube. So that is also an example of open educational resources, because I am not going to put any condition. The homework assignment. So today you are going to do the homework assignment, the lecture notes. All these are some examples of open educational resources. And the interactive lesson, the simulations, the digital textbook, and that in the forthcoming workshop that I have told you, we are trying to use or prepare some digital textbook. So as I have told you already, those who are sincere, those who are interested, because most of you could have already known all this, and therefore if you are already known, that I need not reinvent the wheel. But those who are interested, I have chosen 3 platforms. One is the Google Classroom, and another is Edmodo, and the third one that I don't remember the name. And in all that I have created the accounts. And today evening or after the webinar, you try to join there. And so that those who are sincere, those who are interested by your assignments and all, that I'll choose, and take some 3 groups, one for Edmodo, one for Google Classroom, and another for the third one. All are very classic content creation tools. And therefore, in that, the real-time content that we are going to do, that may not be like a webinar like this. It's a very controlled group of 20 to 30 people. And that is out of your own interest. It is not a compulsion. Those who are interested, that you are welcome. And otherwise, no problem. And now, the examples that we have seen, in the screen, there is some yellow line. So the host, please, can you remove that yellow line? That is not from my side. One yellow line is there. I don't know from where it is coming. Anyhow, let us see. So these are the examples. So, okay. Now, the open educational resources. So these are some popular open educational resources, and most of them are free. Madam, what is there in the screen? Madam, please clean the screen. Hello? Sir, நம்ம யார் சார் வேற யார் பண்ண முடியும்? இல்ல அது யார் பண்றது என்னது இது? மேடம், who is scribbling? இல்ல நான் வந்து co-host. சார் என்ன சார் இது இப்படி கிறுக்கி வச்சா நான் என்ன சார் பண்றது? சார் வாங்க. என்ன இப்படி கிறுக்கி வச்சிருக்காங்க? ஒவ்வொன்னா வருது. So okay. Now it is a Khan Academy. This is a Khan Academy. Now it is a Khan Academy. It is one of the very good open educational resource. And you'll see that I have joined there in my name, Dr. Ramakrishnan. And these are the classes and the students and the resources. See here, what are the courses available? These many courses are available. Now it is a Khan's Academy. And now what are the courses? These are the courses. And now all these are the courses. And here they are particularly creating the course for India also. So the class 9th physics and chemistry and all the course that they are giving. And one is for class 12 physics, because I am a physics teacher, and another one physics. And for classes that I want to teach, for example, either I want to teach or I want to create the course. And here, the students that I have to admit. So how can I admit the student? And here, if you are here in this table, that I have to fill the username or email ID one by one. And here, one by one, that I have to put the email ID. And after that, they are entering into the class. Now I am keeping these two classes open because, as I have told you already, I want to choose the students, and some students may be admitted in the Khan's Academy, because the Khan's Academy, the number of courses are there, and therefore all the courses, that some course that we will take, and that courses, they will be by using the resources, because here you see a lot of resources are there, and the videos, audios and all. And here a large number of group is there, English and Hindi also. And here that we will try to take some video. Mostly the videos are in English medium. We will take the video and then we will remix. Tomorrow I will say the what to tell, the tool for remixing, and by using the tool we will remix the same video we will keep, and the audio that we will record our audio, and we will create a new course, and that course that I can teach in this also. So that is the beauty of the Cons Academy, and therefore that we are going to try tomorrow, not tomorrow, tomorrow that I'll admit the students, and another webinar or workshop that we are going to try. So that is our first what to tell assignment. So those who are interested in joining that, you may either through the WhatsApp group or through the email that you can give your name. Again I'll tell, please join if you are really interested and if you do not know these technologies. Otherwise there is no meaning in just reinventing the wheels. And it is one beautiful open educational resource, and we are proud that it was invented, or it was prepared by an Indian. And now another one, that Wikipedia is another resource. See, the Wikipedia, it is one of the most widely used source. And see here the English and everything, even Tamil also, that some are there. And it will give the information about anything. And now if I am putting that OER, then if I am clicking, now that the OER, and it will give some web page. And what is the why that it is an open resource? Here you can see the word edit. That means you can edit it because it is open. That means, as we have already discussed, you can use it as it is, or you can remix. That means once you are editing, you can remove if some of the material or you are thinking that they are wrong, that you can remove, and some other material that you can add, or you can create your own Wikipedia also. Say for example, in Chennai or Mylapore or Central Station, or any topic that you can create the material, and therefore it is also open educational resources. So the Wikipedia is one of the greatest resource of that open educational resource. And the next one, that Kariki, this is another open educational resources, and the OER Commons. And here that you have to sign in or register, and already that I have signed in that. And here the OER Commons, it is fully the open educational resource, and here the subject wise, so any subject that you can. And for example, in that is most of us are social science, and what educational level, some higher education or some college, upper college, and then that I take my subject physics, and what standard. So any standard, because most of these courses, they are created for some foreign countries, because the OER Commons, most of the creators are from US and other European countries, and therefore these names are coming. And if you are seeing that some other, because for physical science in college or upper division, these are all the what to tell courses, and for adult education and standard, so any other standard, so this is CTK computer science standard or any other standard, it will give all the courses available. And therefore this all is a large amount of resources and collections also. Net வர மாட்டீங்களா? Yeah. So these are all the subject areas. So I take applied science or physical science that I take. And in physical science, how many courses are there? There are 5,808 results are there. And you see, a large number of courses have been already created. And therefore, what is the advantage of the open educational resource? We need not create anything new because already a large amount of courses are there. And therefore, that we can use it for our purpose. And that is the meaning of the open educational resource. And here, what are the providers? Okay, and here you see all these are the providers. So who have created, and suppose if Tamil Nadu Open University is creating, that name also will come. And therefore, when we are creating the content and putting into the OER Commons, so naturally that we are taking our institution into that thing. So this is the Athavastha University, Arizona University, and therefore in that, for example, the Annamal College may create a course in physical science, and by their name they may put, and automatically the Avila University. The Avila University is in Coimbatore, I think so, and therefore they also have that is contributed something, and like that Avinasilingam University. So like that you can see who are the contributors. So in that, if you are putting the course, that will be useful for other people also, and by the way that we are getting a name also. And so this is called the OER Commons, and this also that that I am keeping into consideration. So we can create the course, and here we can publish. The course may not be wasted. And now the next one, that MIT Open Courseware, that we can consider. And before that, we can consider the Kariki. What is Kariki? This is another open educational resource, and it is for the collaborative source. Actually, in Kariki, that many teachers that they can join together, because in the previous one, the individuals can create the course, and in Kariki, it is an authoring tool, and it allows the content creators to easily build interactive content for the learners. See, for example, for Tamil Nadu State Board or Central Board, we can take up a course. Some 4 or 5 people or teachers, they can join together. And first of all, they have to join the Kariki. And then by making the groups and all, it will give the platform, and it will give the studio also, the Kariki studio also. By using the Kariki studio and by using the platform, that we can publish the course. And here they are providing the LMS also. And therefore, it is one of the very useful tool for creating the open educational resource. And the Kariki, that is another tool, or it is a platform for publishing the course, and it is providing the LMS also. These are some resources that we have seen, and that MIT Open Courseware, that is also one such thing. And these are the various resources where we can create the content. So that we have already seen the sources, and now we are going into the development. So how to develop the course, and when we are developing, the first of all, that we are taking the concept map. So what is the need for concept map? When we are creating a curriculum, we have to consolidate, or we have to first of all put all the points what we are going to teach. And for that, there are some tools, the CMap tools or the free mind tools. So what they are doing, what concept that we are going to create, and what is the interconnection between them, and that they are keeping as a diagram or in the concept map or mind map. And what is the need for them, you may ask, because actually when we are teaching, all these maps that we are putting in our mind, but here in the physical curriculum or in the physical content, that we are expressing them in the form of a CMap map, concept map or mind map. And there are some tools. One is the CMap tools, and another is a free mind tool. So these two tools, they are there. And now that I'll take from my computer. Yeah. See, it is a software. Actually, for this four type of template, it is free. You can use for any purpose or anywhere. But when we are going into higher level, that they are asking for some charge. So wherever the pro is there, that means they are not free. And wherever the symbol is not there, it is totally free. See, for example, I take a blank template. So here that I take a blank template, and before that I'll show you, I have prepared this one that you see. I used the concept map. Actually, my main concept is electric field. And in the electric field, what are the sub-concept, the Coulomb's law, the field lines, the electric field of a dipole, and plane, hollow sphere, solid sphere, and the field of a capacitor. So all these are the concept that I am going to teach or I am going to give in the content. And therefore, when we are keeping the concept in the form of a concept mapping, it will easify the job. So accordingly, that we can prepare the content. And for that, the concept map or mind master, that is very much useful. And again, that I'll show another tool, that is the CMap tool. It is a very wonderful tool. So by using them, I can give the major topic and the subtopic and another subtopic. And therefore, these topics may be interrelated also, and the interrelated connections also that you can show. And that is very, very useful for creating the content. The content creation is a very vital part of the course. And therefore, first of all, we have to think. It is something like before taking a film, that they are first telling the story, the storyboard or storyline. So it is something like a storyboard. And so the main part of the story, sub-story, and the sub-story and all. So therefore, this is the first task that we are going to do. And therefore, you please install the eDraw Mind Master. So I'll slightly explain that you can easily try. So here that I am taking the radial map. So this blank template that I am using, and it will come now. So here one small box is coming, and there the main idea. So we have to type the main idea. So I am putting current electricity. Okay, so the current electricity that I have put. So you please watch how I am doing, because it will show the see here there is a plus symbol is there. And here, if it is a topic or subtopic, so again that I am putting the topic, and therefore this is another main topic.
So for example, in the current electricity, another main topic is the Ohm's law. So the Ohm's law, okay, and you put enter, and therefore it is a topic and it is another topic. And now I am adding some subtopic and Ohm's law, and here the Kirchhoff's law. Say, before you that I am explaining how to create the content map or mind map. The same thing that you can put for your psychology also. And here the Ohm's law and the Kirchhoff law. And Ohm's law, that again that I am putting the subtopic from Ohm's law, that here subtopic. And what is the subtopic? The current in series circuit. So that is a subtopic, the series circuit. And another subtopic that I am putting, and that is the parallel circuit. See, now you see, what is the meaning of this? I am going to teach, or I am going to create the content in current electricity. And in current electricity, that I am going to teach the Ohm's law, the Kirchhoff law, and another topic it may be the what to tell, the thermodynamic effect of current, whatever it may be. And in Ohm's law, generally in 12th standard, the series circuit and parallel circuit. So these are the two subtopics. And like that for Kirchhoff law, the what to tell, the Kirchhoff law of two laws are there. And another topic. So like that, now this will take around some one period or two period for me. And therefore, when I am creating the content by using this, it is for some one period or some 45 minutes, like that, that I can use it. So in that way, we are creating the mind map or the concept map. Now the first assignment that I am giving, please prepare a small mind map or concept map, because now that you are clear that some content that you are going to create, and therefore for that content, I request all of you to prepare a small concept mapping. Even though the name is concept mapping, actually it is a storyboard. So here that vertical or horizontal in any way that you can go, and here that you can give the interconnections also. Any way that I wish some of you may prepare the concept mapping, and you please put it into the what to tell, the WhatsApp group, that you can put by your name and other thing that I'll watch. And as far as I am concerned, this concept map I prepared, and that I'm showing to you. So once you are preparing the concept mapping, and after that, what you can do, you have to store it. So how we can store? See here that either in the software, or you can store as a PDF. So here when we are going like this, you can see that you may save it as a JPEG image or PDF image, or there are many other options are given. And therefore, I wish all of you to prepare a mind map and send it to me in the form of a JPEG image or the PDF image. So that is the first assignment that I am giving. And then I have shown this also. I have shown the next one. We will discuss about the authoring tools. So what are the various authoring tools that we are going to discuss today? If time permits, that I'll look into, and otherwise tomorrow. See, these are the authoring tool. See, if you want to author the content, we need some tools, and certain tools are somewhat very sophisticated, and some other tools somewhat easy to handle, and therefore we have to choose a correct tool. And as we are talking about the open educational resources, that we are choosing the free tools. So these are some free tools, and the first and foremost is the Open Author, and the second one, that is the Wiki Educator, and Kahoot, and Socrative, and the Google Forms. I think all of you know about the Google Form, because most of you are creating the forms and the quiz and everything by using the Google Form, and therefore the Google Form is well versed to you. But anyhow, that is also a open educational resources. And I think most of you are well versed about the Google Form. And the second assignment that I give, because actually I don't want to go deep into it, because most of the people are well versed. By using the Google Form or Google Docs, you please prepare a quiz. So how to prepare a quiz? Already that you have prepared the feedback forms and all. In the feedback form that you are asking our opinion, and in the quiz, we are giving the correct answer, and accordingly, if it is right, it will give the mark, and if it is wrong, it will not give. And therefore, this that we can connect with the certification software also, and therefore easily that we can automate it. So the Google Classroom is one of the wonderful tool. It is a authoring tool, you can say, or an LMS, or whatever way you call it. It is one of the very useful tool, because the Google has provided some hundreds of free software. Anybody can use it, and they are giving a training also. And therefore, if we are looking into the Google Classroom, whether you are getting the if we are discussing the Google Form, then at the end they will get they will conduct an exam or test, and if you are passing the test, you can get the certificate from Google also. And anyhow, the webinar organizers will give a certificate, but beyond that, you can go further. You can be a Google trainer, or you can get a certificate also. And therefore, that I wish that the Google Classroom is one of the options that I am keeping, and therefore I wish at least some 10-15 students group that we can go into the Google Classroom. And then comes the Wiki Educator. Sorry, Mangal. I will introduce another very useful tool, the Wiki Educator, because some tools that I will explain, and some other tool that we can learn ourselves. This Wiki Educator, that is one of the very good tool. Actually, wherever that you find the word wiki, that means that actually wiki is a technology, and therefore the Wiki Educator, Wikipedia, Wikimedia, and Wiki Commons, all these, they are using that technology, and therefore the Wiki Educator is one another course authoring tool. Even though it looks like a web page, actually it is not a web page, it is a course authoring tool. And now that I will tell what are I'll show my page that you can easily understand. See, actually the Wiki Educator, it is something like a Wikipedia, but it is not Wikipedia. It is another software that Open Educational Resource University, OER Foundation, and like that even there is a Open Educational Resource University is there, that even people have started the university where the degrees are awarded. And here I'll show my page, DRK SRK. So it is my page. See, you look at this, and here that these are the content that I have created. And see my profile, you can look at it that I am from Tamil Nadu Open University. And here, these are all the introduction. So myself, and here my profile and all. And here everywhere that you can see the word edit, that means that anybody can enter into my website and they can edit the content provided that I give permission to them. And here that my professional background, and here my Tamil Nadu Open University, that what to tell, the convocation photos and all. So it is a content. So I have created a content about myself and my university, and therefore my university photos, and here that I am getting some award from His Excellency the Governor and the Minister of Education, and other people are there. And therefore I have created some course that I will show you. And these are all my, what to tell, I am a runner actually. So here that I am, what to tell, one by one that I am putting into it, and therefore you can grow it. And the list of half and the full marathon. Half marathon means 21 kilometer, full means 42 kilometer, and my running photos and all. It is a kind of blog. And these are the two projects that I have done: educational technology, Web2 tools, Moodle, mobile learning, Wiki, and the training tips for marathon. So these are the 6 courses that I have created, and one course that I'll show to you, the educational technology. So what are the objectives? So as I have told you already, this objective should be very clear. So it is something like the Bloom's taxonomy, and what you will learn or what you can do at the end of the course. So the course objective, and here I am giving a brief introduction about the course and what are the activities. So here these are all the assignments. So as I have told you already, the assignments that I am putting. So here the objective and introduction, the assignments and another assignment, and here what are the web resources. Actually it's a small course. And the second course, that is a Web2 tools in education, and that also everywhere that you can edit it. And here all this and all. And so these are all the thing, and the Moodle for mobile. So I have created some, what to tell, 6 courses that I have created, and therefore I was given the award also, the UPE, that user page expo. And that is the, what to tell, a small memento that I was given. And every month that they are providing the small memento. And here that you can see. And so this is what that we can create a course. And so the Wiki Educator, that is a course content. So now I think you could have got some idea about how to create the course. Actually, what is the difference between our class book and this? This is in some form of a web page. And after doing all this, if you are publishing this book that I have not published, if you are publishing in the Open Author or any other platform, that will be like a book. And therefore, this is called the OER book. So the feature, the books will be something like this only, and the printed form will be somewhat less. And here that I have not added much the social media like Twitter or Facebook and all, because actually that I am not that is interested in clogging it. Otherwise, that I have given some idea also, the Wikipedia, Orkut, Flickr, Twitter, YouTube, or any other thing that you can use. And therefore, when you are coming tomorrow, you please come with a lot of ideas. So you are going to prepare a course, not tomorrow. If you are putting the assignments properly, then we can form a small group, and that group will prepare. Either we can proceed for the wiki educator or the course author or any other platform that we can, and we are going to proceed with yeah, the course that we are going to prepare. And therefore, that is the major use of this. So these are all some awards that I have used. And here the user pages, like Bloom's taxonomy, the reinforcement, that is very important. And so in what year that I have got, I don't remember. I think May 2011. Yeah, it is there. So here they are providing those who are getting the award every month. So every month, April 2011, May 2011, that I got it for the Wiki Educator workshop for that. And therefore, when you are involving in all this and all, you can get some credit also. So instead of simply that is creating some course which is not useful for anybody, if you are creating like this, you can, that is, it will give some satisfaction to you. At the same time, it will be helpful for others also. So here she is another Indian, Dr. Indira Koneru, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, and go bravo. And she also got awarded, and therefore you can get some name also there. So you see, and so it is an open source movement. And Savitri Singh, and she is Acharya Narendra Dev College, and I think it is in Mumbai. It seems like that. And so I try to motivate you. I try to create some course. And so today that I have given 2 homework to you. One, you create a mind map or the concept mapping by using the tool that I have already shown you, the eDraw Mind Master. You please Google it and it will give it, and you please install in your computer and try to do it. And when you are saving, you save as, and when you are saving, the save as, it will give a lot of different formats, and you save it as a JPEG image and send it through the WhatsApp group. And so that is first assignment. And the second assignment, you please join. So I have given you some 3 platforms, and the one platform that is, so I will show the PowerPoint again. You please go through. See the Cons Academy that I have created, Dr. K.S. Ramakrishnan. And then another one, the Google Classroom that I have created. And the third one, the Edmodo. So these 3 platforms I have created the course, and I'll join the students according to your performance. And with that, as the 1 o'clock is there, we can complete it. And any doubts or questions that you can ask. And otherwise, Madam, Charlotta Madam, do you hear?
So can you hear me?
Madam,
Can you hear me, sir?
close பண்ணிரலாமா?
உங்களுக்கு இது attendance sheet
Madam, if
chat box, we have sent attendance link. So the participants have to fill that attendance link before they leave.
Madam, when shall we close it?
So can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
That's what. If you want, you can leave. But the participants have to fill the attendance link before they leave. And this
Okay.
attendance is important for getting their e-certificate tomorrow. So participants, you are requested to fill the attendance link before leaving the meeting room. And this attendance
Wow.
is very important for getting your e-certificate tomorrow.
Okay, madam. Can you hear?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, madam. அப்ப நம்ம wind up பண்ணிரலாம்.
Okay, sir. But participants are requested to fill their
ஏதாவது
attendance
doubt
link.
டவுட் இருக்கா மக்களுக்கு?
You ask participants whether you have any doubt.
அந்த அசைன்மெண்ட் மட்டும் ஃபில் பண்ண சொல்லுங்க.
Okay, sir.
அசைன்மெண்ட் மட்டும் ஃபில் பண்ணி அந்த வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப்ல அனுப்ப சொல்லிருங்க.
I think they have some questions in the link in the chat box.
chat boxல இருக்கா? கொடுங்க பாப்பா, எங்க எனக்கு அனுப்புங்களேன்.
So can you see it in your private chat box? So can you see it in your private chat box?
Yeah, I can see the questions. மேடம் அசைன்மெண்ட் ரிப்பீட் பண்ண சொல்றாங்க. மேடம்
Yes, sir.
they are asking to repeat the assignment. What is the assignment? The eDraw or the mind map. So this is a software, eDraw mind map software, mind master. இது நம்ம கோஹோஸ்டா போட்டதனால நமக்கு ஸ்கிரீன் ரொம்ப டிஸ்டர்பன்ஸா இருக்கு. Madam? Yeah, actually it is a software and they can easily install. It's a free software only. They have to easily install, and here that the page style, and here now it is there. It's whatever style that they want that they can use, and here a lot of tools are available, but I am not asking to use all the tools, and they may take any theme or any type of theme. For example, this one that I take, and that will come in the screen, and accordingly that they have to prepare. As I have already told you, they have to prepare a small mind map. So that is the first assignment. And the second assignment, they have to prepare a small content. What content that they are going to teach. And that content, if they are preparing, for that content, they have to prepare the mind map. So these are the two assignments that I have given today. And so let us see how many people are preparing the assignment. So two software that I have introduced today. And the third assignment also that I have given, you go to the Google Docs or the Google Forms. In the form, I think most of you are knowing, and therefore that unnecessarily that I am not going to repeat again. In the form, you going into the quiz form, and by using the quiz format, you please prepare a quiz and you please submit to me through the Google or the WhatsApp group. And so these are the 3 assignments that I have given today, and that they have to prepare. Okay. So with that I am concluding today's session. I thank all of you for attending the webinar patiently, and tomorrow let us see. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice time.